We're back on the first map, the Nomad. Still at 1250 to 1500 bracket. And we have TDG versus Death in Fire here. All the way. Okay. No problem. So Death in Fire, Lail and Trajanus. Randoming the Berbers and Cumans here. Well, we have Jar Jar Kinks, nice. Nice name. And Mushroom Block. For TDG. Mongols again here, good. Nomad save as we've seen with the faster hunt. Provides for an easier transition throughout the ages. Jar Kings, so in the north here, while Triadus and Mushroom Block will almost have a easy war, but they're too far off each other, so they're gonna have a nice and crowded feud age amongst themselves here. I wonder if they'll find each other early or how that works. Could be that Mushroom Block saw something going up here, but yeah, they're gonna find each other soon enough. Let's just fast forward it because it's Nomad start and see what the feud age brings us here. I'm gonna look a bit at the scouting of the players as well along the way. Dogs pretty close here for these two, the blue and green player here. And Lail here with the humans. Actually not ideal for Nomad, because if you want to do second fuel HTC and a dock, it's just that it takes too long to kick in. That's going to delay you a lot and kind of make it hard to produce military as well, which you'll need to survive through. But we'll see how Lail solves this, if he survives the Dark and Fuel Age. Of course, humans are going to be amazing with their resources. Biscuitables, hello. Just finished your set. So you missed it, but it will be in the VODs. I literally just finished the second game. But you'll find it in the VOD. Alright, Fuel Age up for most of them here. Lail, yeah, with 5 fish here, so contesting water is certainly worthwhile. Jar Kings is up first here. Now let's slow it down a bit and see what the Fuel Age brings here. Mongols queuing Vargalis. And actually has a decent idea of the enemy investment here, seeing the foundational dock here in the scouting. Though Jar Kings doesn't necessarily know that blue is over here with the dock. But yeah, the houses kind of give it away. Maybe they have an idea and they don't need to scout that much. But still, you need to scout the shoreline and see how much fish. As a being first up here is important to contest water with the numbers. And the player I would hit first here is the Berbers, because he simply has more fish. You could say that it's harder to take out the Berbers though, because their ships move faster, but we'll see. Right on the killing here. I don't think Lail minds too much, because here comes the second town center on a gold over here. Stone access to both sides of the TC as well, so we might see Kipchaks this game from the humans. So, north side market going up for Jar Kings. I'm assuming that they really just don't know that Jar Kings is up here, so he might have a fantastic free boom here. Nice small walls on the gold here for Trajanus with the Berbers. It's going to keep that gold safe, though slightly inefficient for a while here. Lail has lost the fish. Probably won't be mining too much, because second TC is up and you might as well just go for the land boom instead. But Jar Kings really shouldn't idle naval armies here. Just help out here, or send the last few galleys, or take out this dock. At least keep them attacking. Sure, they're defending kind of here now, but you want to contest the buildings as well. Hey, there's some thinking on land here as well. What's that? I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get myself another drink. Cheers. So is it a market being used here? For the Berbers, that is. I'm struggling to make out the sounds here. Where is it? Okay, it's that one. Is hitting the dock. And then there are archers for slabs here. That's an interesting choice with the slabs, to be honest. But they're very, very close, so that's probably the reason here. Mongols with the free boom and humans with the free boom as well. But who's going to get the better end of the deal here? Look at Jar Jar Kings. He's been committing heavily to feudal aggression here, but also done some serious damage here with 12 villagers killed, or eco units rather. Here goes a stable for the slabs, so in the cast stage that's going to be followed up by the knights here in the cast stage for mushroom block. Seems like a solid score for TDG right now, but their villager numbers are identical, which kind of gives away the humans boom on land here. Just enough farms to sustain double DC production. But then what are you going to do in the cast stage here if you're Lail? Heavy gold investment as well. It has to be the stables play here, but I mean... Yeah, alright, it's actually a good resource setup here. I guess the idea was just to get the faster cast stage and then take it from there. And you need to kind of actually beating Berbers to the cast stage here. That's amazing for humans to do that, to be up before the Berbers have even picked up here. So some solid damage must have been done on Trajan's side here, losing 5 villagers, but he's been killing 5 villagers as well. But the fact that Berbers aren't in the cast stage now and did double ranges, that is just not a Berbers play. Just aim for that cast stage and pump out your cheap cavalry. Trajanus is up in the north here. Yeah, sees that TC going up. Nice. That's going to be delayed, I think, by the Berbers archers. Okay, so value from the Berbers archers after all. And yeah, I said that the investment of the archers, probably because of the closeness of the players down here. So in a way it makes sense, but on the other hand, it delays your double ranges like that, delays your castle a lot. Or your... delays your progression a lot. Yeah, if you're looking for the brackets, biscuitables, it's exclamation mark brackets. I hope. Well, TC goes up and goes on stone, of course, for the Mongols here. Really wants those Mangidai out eventually. The water is under full control for Jar Jar Kings here, who also communicates with the teammate that they're assuming some more presence here. They are at the edge of the map though, which is also scary. Scary, in terms of map control here. Layla and Trajanus have all the map for themselves if they can establish some army presence. Yeah, I cast it up before this set. So you literally just turned up 1 minute after I had finished casting them. Skirmishers in the thing. I even tagged you in my Discord when I started them. Come on, man. Yeah, see, this is why you usually don't see skirmishers in the team game, because there will always be a cavalry player to snipe them with perfect ease. A nice house walling here to at least keep the Knights raids out, but we're gonna have a ranged option in the Mongols Mangudai very soon here. And that's gonna hurt for Traianus. Look at the walls, of course. Green is walling out even his teammate here. I'm messing up. It's getting late already. But the point is, with Mangudai on the field, almost everything currently on the field is less scary because the cavalry of the Cumans don't have any upgrades yet. And crossbow just kicked in for the Berbers, but that's hardly a worthwhile Berbers play. Berbers need to play their cavalry. Could be because of the Mangudai threat. But in that case, Berbers need to cast Lap and get those camel archers out. And that seems to be Traianus' plan here. Teasing the stone on here, so maybe they have a decent chance against the Mongols after all. And I'll state again that the whole left side of the map is all in Lael's hands here. 3 TCs up, and the fact that the early fish got lost doesn't matter too much because Lael literally only made 5 fish. So 2 Mangonels, that makes crossbow micro extremely awkward for the Berbers here. They can't really comfortably engage. They can idle this woodland though, but then I guess Mushroom Block can, yeah, relocate over there. Right where I was pointing. Got a bit lucky there. Mangudai in production. Yeah, that's what I was kind of wanted to see from the Mongols the previous game on Bedouins between Kingfish and Ninja Warriors. But the scouting though, yeah, some gold being taken here. So just send the Mangudai in and idle this gold. They're right on their way over here. 60 HP, no bloodlines yet then for Jar Jar Kings, but ballistics is in, makes it easier to snipe units like this. That's going to be quite a few dead villagers there for Traianus. Slight eco lead for Death in Fire, but they're losing villagers. Though leading in military numbers. Also some good raids from Lael with the Cumans here. Now has +1/+1 on the cavalry. We're seeing the expansion though. Even a stone wall down here to I don't know limit entry from that side. I'm liking Death in Fire's position in 45 military, 123 villagers. TDG, they have 19 villagers as well, but remember 8 of those are fire galleys, so that's essentially only 11 military on the field for TDG right now. Slabs TC is going up here. I'm surprised there aren't more Slabs farms here, because the Slabs farms, they work extremely well. They work a little bit faster, so that would facilitate any any transition to the Imperial Age or eco progression. But they're under pressure here, obviously. 45 military to 23 here. And now Lael has found a Mongols player and is raiding the north side here to really get some juicy hits in on TDG's economy here. 143 to 113 builders now. Let's see if we can find that eco KD stats, the APM stats as well. Kind of fun when you're microing around units and everything. But where's our eco? Here we go. 23 villagers killed by Lael, so that's some good and successful raiding there. The Knights with full upgrades, but the Mangudai can, of course, just hit and run and do their thing, so that is less of a concern for Jar Jar Kings here with 13 Mangudai. He is kind of letting the Knights in, but also definitely taking better fights here. The Berbert's Castle is going up as well. That means that Camel Archers will be on the menu. Yeah, but who cares if your humans are at 100 villagers if you lose a few knights? Just look at this farming eco going on here now for Lale, 40 something farms, and probably consistent gold income as well. They, yeah, still have a good control over the map here. There are 3 castles, soon to be 3 castles for the Mongols here. So that's also something you need to deal with and not allow TDG to get to an incredible Mangodai Hussar late game combo or something like that. Yeah, delaying the castle, but the castle goes up. Lale now only with 6 knights for now, but might be able to get 40 villagers killed by Lale. Good job. Yeah, I guess we'll be seeing the imp here soon. If you have to market, could sell food and go imp here, but there we go. Yep. And that's the Imperial Age for the Cubans. That means that you could start pumping out some trebs from the castle here. While TDG aren't anywhere near Imperial Age, sadly, after having lost so many villagers to raids. They're expanding on the map somehow, so that's good work from Jar Kings here to... And Green Mushroom Block as well to block access to the north of the map for Death in Fire here. Berber's crossbows trying to chase the Mangodai here. Knight crossbow combo. Yeah, they're not gonna get any easy hits in there. More stables could mean Hussar raids. Step husbandry to produce them even more quickly, or just to double up on the Knights and Paladins. And Paladins, actually, if you can get to it with humans here and them being the fastest Paladins in the game, you should be able to catch up with the Mangodai and force fights and maybe diminish the numbers, preferably accompanied by some siege or something. Or if they have a Paladin Cavalage combo, we see Cavalages in the making as well. So, counter unit to Mangodai right there. They are with decent upgrades as well. Missing ballistics for the Cavalages. That could be hurtful, but I mean crossbow masses for that matter. But here comes another castle for Lale, so good point to push back to for the Treb and Siege push here, and also the Knights number is pretty impressive here, 21 and counting with the Imperial Age kicking in just there. TDG down to 1/3 of the military of Death Empire. And yeah, 70 or so villagers lead for Death Empire, even with 1 player in the Imperial Age and Berbers just going up. So Cavalier, Plate Body Armor on the way. We also have Trajanus on the way to the Imperial Age. And the slabs for that matter. So we'll see how this turns out for the slabs. They have fantastic infantry with Drushina, if you can get to it, but with 99... Alright, they're going to Pike, understandably so, against the... technically both the Cavalages and the Knights here, but mainly the Cavalier, of course. Trebs are out, 2 Trebs. We're going to be pushing the TC first and then the castle on the hill here, which is, by the way, in a very nice spot, covering 3 woodlines and also semi-protecting the gold here. Mangodai firing from uphill here, and Lale just doesn't care with the humans economy behind this. Not currently producing anymore though, but that's 140 villagers boom there. Could be setting up for some nasty Hussar raids as well, and looking at the food eco here at almost 60 on food here now, so that's gonna be a concern for TDG. And Jar Jar Kings also only at 44 villagers here, if I'm reading this correctly, and cramped up in the corner here. Yes, making those Mangodai, but hardly with any economy to go Imperial Age, or even struggling for gold here because lost the TC here, so expansion not ideal for the Mongols here. 3 Trebs now pushing. And no murder holes on the castle, so the Cavalier are hitting from underneath it as well. But there are quite a few Mangudai inside here. And they pop out to hit and run like Mangudai can do. Slabs going Halberdier here and 8 barracks producing Balux with the Mangudai. Should have a fairly easy time sniping siege here, but it's also going to cost some Mangudai lives, so we'll see if it's worthwhile for Jar Jar Kings here. TDG down almost 2,000 in score here, but hanging in on their position for now. I'm suspecting gold could become an issue very soon. Yeah, this mine over here as well. I guess eco is the main concern here. 100 villagers behind Death in Fire now, and also slabs likely not close to the Imperial Age still. Floating also wood here. Yeah, unbalanced eco, unfortunately. 18 on food, 17 on wood. 60 villagers killed and counting for Lail here as well, which accounts for the villager difference overall. Cavalry numbers growing scary as well. Guilds and Paladin now for Lail, and 3 castles here. 4 TCs, 157 villagers, and 30 Cavalier to become Paladin here. It's just even with the slabs infantry investment here. I don't think it's going to be enough because the Camel Archers could to some extent help sniping Halberdiers as well, and the Cuban Paladins are just so fast. They're 15% faster than generic Paladins, so to speak. So first game goes to Death in Fire with the Cumans and Berbers, but remember, the Tids will be reversed for the next one, and Berbers, they are a direct counter to Mongols, while I guess slabs counter Cumans very nicely as well with their Imperial Age Druzhina infantry and whatnot. Lail created 93 cavaliers and then halbs for the largest number, so more halbs than Jar Jar Kings could make Mongols. Mangudai here. So have a look at the graphs here as well. Oh, we could actually select single players graphs as well. That's kind of cool. Didn't know that. But yeah, here's the mixed. That's the military graph here. So large numbers initially, and then popping that would be the naval investment where Jar Kings was kind of dominating here, and then Berbers, archers into crossbows, into camel archers here. Very fluent army numbers for Trajanus with Lail committing mainly in the cast age here. Pretty nasty KD though, 112 to 68 and 47 to 25. Good performance by Death in Fire. Humans eco insane, even without the fish. And then the 8 PM chart which I will be showing as well. Seems like the player are kind of even in that department. Some spikes here for Trajanus, but overall even-ish. That's the first one. Let's see if we can pull up the next game, game 2, on TDG's map of choice. Land Nomad, of course, with Cubans and Berbers. We'll see. I hope it's not like a 2-hour game, but worst case, I'll consider fast forwarding a little bit, which I will, of course, in the dark into the villages here. Here we go. Land Nomad is the maps. We've switched the Sibs up, and they're sticking almost with the same colors. Let's give Trajanus the blue from the previous one. Come on. Otherwise, my mind is going to be just messed up. So, rules say you can't build your fight before 5 minutes. So, even though Lail is seeing the TC go up here, he can't fight. I want the games to develop like a regular TC spawn game to some extent. So you can't wall in the enemy TC foundation and you can't attack the villagers. So with Jar Jar Kings seems to be chasing Lail here, but they obviously can't fight. They're just looking for spots to settle. Lail is settling down here. Jar Jar Kings right in the vicinity of here, and this is going to be a horrible spot for Lail here with the slabs. You could literally just wall this section if you're TDG here. And yeah, you need to cover here as well. And then here maybe, and here, and then Lale has nowhere to go. So not too beautiful. We have Trajanus in the north with the Mongols, with a position allowing for a free boom here, but also dangerously close to the edge of the map. So I'm liking Mushroom Block's position better here in the middle, because it allows for expansion north, east, west, not so much to the south. Pounds on some pounds on hunt here to take to. No, what's that? A goose maybe? Yeah, found some food at least to get the game started. Let's speed up a bit because we won't be seeing too much action before the feudal age. We'll look a bit at the scoutings here of the players. Trajanus with the Mongols and some geese scouting here, sending a villager to get to hunt because that's important for the Mongols. Lale has found very little food here, which is already a concern. That should probably cause some idle TC time here eventually for the slabs. So let's see those quick farmers. Finds a boar though, so maybe he's okay after all. Then for our green player, we have Mushroom Block with the humans. Starting in the middle and could easily expand to this, for example, with wood and gold over here, or wherever he wants to go. And finally, Jar Jar Binks in the corner, quite close to Lale here. Knowing Lale's location, Lale also knows of Mushroom Block's location and must suspect that Jar Jar Kings is close because of the early villagers passing each other as well. I think that's it. We can slow it down a bit, unless this is just Cuban's boom network, which it could be as well. But there's the feudal age for Mongols as well. Trajanus, of course, going for the Mongol scouts here. No reason not to. There's still some hunt to be taken over here as well. And by going scouts, you get to scout more of the map as well. Trajanus doesn't really know that. But he's through the fog of war. He doesn't know the location of the enemies, but I'm sure that Lale has told him that there's Mushroom Block over here. So 3 scouts in the queue, map very much open for now, but also the humans here with 2 town centers, one on golden stone and then one starting one on wood here. Will be very hard to hit with the scouts, so you need to find someone else to hit. Not sure what Berbers say. Yeah, thinking long term already for the castle. 1 on stone, 3 on gold here. I think Jar Jar Kings is going ambitious for a fast castle age here. And actually doing the exact same thing that Death 5 were doing the previous game. Double ranges. Knowing that the enemy is quite close here, or very close. Why the double ranges and why not the towers though? I'm not sure what's worse for economy. Maybe it is the towers. And maybe that's why he has 1 on stone as well, to be able to place more than 1 tower total. Let's see for Jar Jar Kings. Yeah, already enough stone for 2 towers almost. Alright, so green players that there's some movement over here. Scout. Oh, could have sniped that farm. Just 1 scout for Lale, while Trajanus is with 4. And looking for... Oh. That's unfortunate. There's a villager there. It's even a bit weak. It's kind of collecting their efforts here. Lale with 2 scouts as well. Realizing that there is damage potential here. Trajanus is probably trying to find that second town center, which he just missed here, unfortunately. Walling off, but there's not really any feudal aggression from TDG here at all. Kuma's just booming away, of course. Jar Jar Kings matting up on the archers, but not really engaging yet either. And is there gonna be a blacksmith for Fletching soon. Alright, now they found it. Easier said than done to obstruct the humans' QLH boom though, because almost all the economy will be under town centers. Uh-oh. Scouts. Okay, significant scouts investment now for Lail here. Lail doesn't actually know about Jar Jar King's Archer's investment over here, so that could be coming as a surprise. Could be losing lots of villagers on woodlands and golds on this very exposed farm week over here. And the scouts aren't doing nearly enough here. No villagers killed. There's the first one villager. But that's one villager of the humans. Mushroom Block probably couldn't even care less here, losing 2 villagers now, already having a 10 villagers lead over both of the opponents here. Enter the archers. Big surprise attack from Jar Jar King Zero. Where the hell did you come from? What the heck is this? They've been scouting the whole map here, though. They're running about using the geese. And Jar Jar King's tower on the farms, actually. Protecting the slabs farmers here. Lail with that only stolen earl, it makes sense because, yeah, it would make sense on the gold as well, but yeah, damage being done here. Jar Jar Kings with 1-0 in the Eco KD here, has some spears as well, so these scouts will be going down nice and quick here. Could sit over here to take some idle some wood eco, could go down here and try and stay out of these range. Lail reacting with a range here and probably some skirmishers, but then again, that should be stopped by Mushroom Block, Mushroom Boomer, once he gets to the cast stage. He's getting wheelbarrow now. Yeah, he's lacking some food to go up, but yeah, it's only a matter of minutes before Mushroom Block kicks up to the cast stage here, and no other player is up. Jar Jar Kings can just sit around the tower here, underneath, I mean, while Lail and Traianus will have to try and engage here. They have, yeah, there's Fletching is in for Jar Jar Kings as well, and seeing as the cast stage will probably be bringing Camel Archers anyway for Jar Jar Kings, this is a loss that Jar Jar Kings should be able to live with here. Just look at the eco situation, 91 to 66, fantastic eco lead for Mushroom Block and his team. Now with Traianus going up to the cast stage as the first player though. And now with the range, so that should mean either it's a reaction to the fact that Jar Jar Kings is going for the Archer's line, or it's simply a preparation to go into cavalry archers here with the Mongols, which I think makes sense. You could eventually get to the Mangadai, but might as well just make a different unit for the transition in between that. So enter the human stables. Looks like Mushroom Block is the only one with significant stable investments here. Lail going for the skirmishers. That's going to be fine for now, but once Cast Lage kicks in for Mushroom Block and he gets the first 2 knights out, these skirmishers are dead meat. 1 range for Traianus. Okay, so it could still be the Mangudai then, and the range is just for the upgrades. Always dangerous to have a free Mongols boom on the field, but Mushroom Block right around the corner with Cast Lage. He's actually going into the Rams here. Awesome. Humans get Cat Rams in Cast Lage, so you could make quick work of Lail here with the Cap Ram push here, especially since Lail isn't in to cavalry just yet. He's on the way to the cast stage, going for the double stables, but why Would you do that against the humans? So humans going for multiple, could probably even go triple stables here. I said these units are expendable for the Berbers. There's going to be a follow-up in the Castle Age with something else. Like, yeah, stone count, not quite allowing a Castle Age. Has only had one on stone here. But yeah, here come the Cubans Knights. Goodbye, skirmishers. This is why you don't make skirmishers in team games. They get shredded. But of course, up until now, there hasn't been a response to the skirmishers. So with that in mind, it makes perfect sense. There we go. Death in Fire at 1 military to 19 here now, and 2 ramps ready to push for mushroom here as well, and wood, gold suggesting that more can be an option as well. Is this a castle drop even? He has the stone for a castle, are you kidding me? Castle, capped ram, and knights for the Cubans here. That's a strong forward. Lael doesn't have anything. Literally nothing here to stop this other than villagers. And the knights will, of course... Hello. Engage. Berber's crossbows are in. Of course, you don't want to leave Mongols alone for too long. I still believe that Mongols could do good in a 1 vs 2 situation here, but yeah, the castle goes up and Lael is officially incapacitated here. 34 villagers, almost down to half of mushroom blocks already. And yeah, Berber is committing to crossbows here, but why not? So the castle is up, but enter the rams as well. Oh, at least get the capped ram upgrade. Come on. It's gonna come after the next edition, I think. Yeah, Magadi are here, but there are only 6 of them total, with more in the queue here. Only 1 castle to produce them for Trajanus for now. And looks like Mushroom Block will get a good engagement here on them. Down goes the production, just like that, for Lael. A bit sad to see Captram not being prioritized here, but yeah. Big issue being down in the corner here for Lael is that there's no escape. Villagers are hiding in towers and whatnot, but this TC isn't going to do much more than buy Triad's time to get that Mongols boom rolling. And currently 47 villagers to the Cumans 71 or 73. Not looking good for death in... No, not look... Yeah. Not looking good for death in fire here. Don't know how we had due to cast all these games. Let's still be into do a little work as a musician in the pandemic, so that's one of the reasons. But also being a freelance musician, I need a hobby, right? It's not like music is my hobby. I work playing music. So then it's nice to have something else to do. As long as there aren't any other significant social activities, so... But thanks for the compliment. I'll take that. Another DC to the north for Trajanus on the stone here. So at least taking the top corner of the map, but in the meantime, his teammate is going to be at the brink of defeated here. Let's see, these are probably just geese, right? Around the map. Yeah, okay, he's trying to relocate 40 villagers, but most of them are going to go down here. It's going to take the, even for the slabs, that's going to be the reboom of a lifetime to get back into it here. Yeah, splitting up the knights numbers here, Trajanus with the Mongols, he's gonna come over here, but he's actually, he needs to break through the palisades here first, and Jar Jar Kings... Oh! Oh! I think he's gonna be able to escape. Yeah, I need to use ramps just to finish off that last TC, and also just get capped ram and be done with it. That should be more efficient here. I'm not sure why he's prioritizing the market. I guess that obstructs the reboom potential of Lail, but still, just... Oh, their Capture Ram is in. Just go over the TC and finish it. Mangadai coming this direction. That is not good for Trianos because there are crossbows here. You don't even need the camel archers, but now the castle will be going up here, and this entry might be plugged as well, and then the Mangadai will have to take the long way around. Just get a couple of house foundations up here, and the Mangadai can't actually escape. There are only 8 of them total anyway, and Lail is about to lose the last town center, and I think that's to the going into the 1-1 here. Hey, Mediocrity, what's the deadline for the quarterfinals of the Medieval tourneys, by the way? Medieval Mayhem. I casted some games the other day, but I have only seen one more submitted since then, so I'll just take it when they pop in, but hope they'll be played soon so I can cover those as well. Oh, they're all down except one. Okay, I need to look closer for the recordings then. I casted 3 of them one of the other days, so good to know. Might try and fit some in the weekend then, or something. We'll see. Okay, twice the builder count for TDG. That's not exactly a huge surprise here. And you already have the ramps, so now you can actually start pressuring the Mongols here with that kind of siege. Mangadai, depending on the numbers, should be able to snipe some siege, but it is essentially a 2 vs 1 here now because Lail is literally down to 6 villagers and doesn't have any massive eco to back things up here. Also a big problem for the Mongols, the camel archers are out. The upgrades are coming in. Imperial Age is coming in here for the Mongols, so that could allow for Elite Mangadai. Let's see the resources. Yeah, it's a bit... we're not quite there yet. But Cubans also can't really relax here. Need to pressure the Mongols, and here are the raids. That's going to cost lots of Mongols' villagers' lives from these 82 villagers that are out here. And let's go back to the Eco KD here to see Mushroom block with 63 villagers killed here. This is insane raids, but that's of course wiping Lail out of existence. I think they've even yeah, they actually haven't seen the reboom, but this is just a matter of time now. It's to just keep a little eye on Lail's reboom here, just to make sure the slabs don't somehow magically make it back. And everything should be fine here, even with the Mongols' castles. We have the Imperial Age in for the humans, which means that you could add trebuchets and use your cap tram, make them siege ram to push down the Mongols' castles, so Mongols can more Mangadai as well. Almost TC fight over this side. And yeah, I'm not sure how Trialus is probably confident that the Mongols still got this. I guess it's a strong late game civ, but they need to steer away from the Mangadai and start pushing the Berbers in that case and go for a Halb siege push or something, so we have Halb against the humans and siege to take out the Berbers, but Berbers counters most of the stuff Mongols do otherwise, so that's gonna be rough. But they're hanging in here. 19 knights now, siege ram even coming in, cavalier coming in, last armor, and I think they may have found the castle in the middle here now, or the castle found mushroom block. Keep an eye on the score though, it's like twice the score for TDG here. I think Hussar raids might be in the planning here, because that's a lot of stables going up for Mushroom Block. Something that Trajanus is expecting as well, so he's dropping another Cavalier on the gold, of course, securing some gold. Cavalier over at this side. The number is going to decrease again for the Mongols player, and we still only have 15 villagers for Lael, so he needs at least another 10 minutes here to get going. Even more probably because of the still only one TC here and no market to adjust the economy. And Trajanus can't really sling either, so not sure why they're still holding on here, but we'll follow the progress. Step husbandry and paladin here. And looks like Mushroom Block even wants to consider going into keep check or something here. I don't know. So fletching could be just for the castle as well. But enter the siege ram. The Mangudai, they are not elite as far as I know, but in this mass they could still probably handle the siege weapons to some extent. But then again, there are 24 cavaliers and paladin just 30 seconds away. Score is still close, says Lael. Is it though? I don't care much about score though, but now I'm looking at the overall stats here, and when you're outnumbered in both eco and military, then it's rough. Not enough paladins here to comfortably engage though, but now look at the siege ram train here, 18 of them, and the Mangudai will either have to focus the siege to save the castle, or focus the paladins to save the Mangudai, but enter the camel archers as well, and the siege ram train. This is just too much to focus on for one Mongols player here, as a second TC is going up here, but now the paladins are here to deny Lael the reboom and risk a defeat. That's going to be a 1-1 and a decider third game here. So the new stats here again. Game efficient APM at 111 peak for Death in Fire. Trianus with 53 Mangudai created, 70 paladins as the unit that was made the most for these players. We'll have a look at the stats and then find that third game. So can see the eco upgrades as well, just for science here. Mongols, army numbers in the feudation, I guess that's the scouts and stuff, and the archers massing a bit later here for Jar Jar Kings. And Lael just losing the numbers here and enter the castle age for the humans. We see the red army and eco just diminishing completely out of existence here. 108 to 36, similar to the previous novel game here, with yeah, very solid KD, especially for the humans, with the mobility to dictate when and where to take the fights. This ridiculous humans economy here, more villagers overall as well. Lael never making it past 41. It did get to the cast stage though, and 69% exploration, so some good vision of the map. And yeah, it's the APM chart just for the fun of it in the end here, showing some Mangudai micro here and there. Thanks for the follow to Francella Loco. So a third game is on our hands. Let's see what they'll come up with now. It's gonna be Death in Fire's map pick. And for the third game, decider game, it's Hidden Sid free pick. So no limitations whatsoever. We are going to Bedouins, and of course we're seeing lots of Indians here. And we'll get to that in a moment. I might need to restart Capture H to connect here, but we'll see. Taking going to do a restart here because it's going to be more efficient. Or... yeah. A bit of a struggle to keep going there, but error. I'm not surprised. Uh-oh. There we go. Unexpected something. Uh-huh. Very like that. We need to reset the scoreboard now. No, we're fine. Score seems on point. And Bedouins the decider game here. Let's go. That's the... I wouldn't see the... Eco-Cadies, that's here. There we go. Bedouins it is. Lots of shorefish. Lots of resources like most Nomad maps. And... Alright, another eventful potential feudal age here. We have Chinese for Traianus here. Actually, not too bad. And Jar Jar Kings with the Indians here. They're gonna have a hell of a time in the feudal here, fighting a one-on-one here with Lael with the Indians to the right-hand side here. Set up for a nice and wide free boom potentially, with these two players basically cancelling out each other in the feudal age here. So we'll see how that plays out. They're even gonna fight for the pish here, sort of, but no villager fighting before minute 5. That's the rule. And actually, they... okay, Traianus might have an idea that Jar Jar Kings is here, but we'll see how that plays out for them. Mushroom block here with the Mayans. Of course, docking a pond as well. And being the Mayans, you'll be getting looms straight away, most likely. What you could do, could have placed that house before building TC, but I guess he wanted to commit all the villagers to building the TC and rather do the standard. Ah, they don't get pop capped because you don't start with a scout, so never mind, you could just start producing villagers. I forgot that. Hello there. Hello there. Obi-Wan Kenobi. So, after minute 5, they could villager fight. They could, at any point, they could wall in resources and deny of the opponents and everything. We'll see what happens. But let's just speed it up a bit for the sake of getting to the feudal age here and whatnot. Let's see. Let's give Traianus the blue again, like all of the games here, just for reference. And now we're not getting that fast forward for some reason. Here we go. Lovely. Yeah, great spot for Lael here, especially. Mushroom block, not too bad either. And this start here is just going to be a nightmare for both. They're actually not fighting even past the 6 minutes here. If this were me, I'd go to stone the second I click feudal age, because you're gonna need the towers. And yeah, they're walling each other off a little bit and everything here, but ooh, feudal age for Jar Jar Kings with the Indians. Ridiculous. Okay, Chinese start with 3 extra villagers, so that's no joke either. But Indians here going up at 16 population, or rather 15 villagers, since it's a horse and not a scout. Actually, the horse, I'm not sure if the horse takes population space. Okay, so the feudal age is in. Let's see what the feudal age brings here. We have the Chinese going up as well. Traianus has relocated to the side here, lumber camps on the wood line. Even has a gold here, T-shaped gold. But what Traianus also needs is stone for a defensive tower or 2 here, I think. We had a barracks now for Jar Jar King, so he actually forgot to drop the barracks if scouts was the idea here at all. And yeah, so that delays the feudal age aggression a bit here. Now we have Lael up as well. Lael with the Indians, of course, going for the scouts here. So Jar Jar Kings, I think scouts were the plan as well. Here comes the tower on this stone to... well, maybe he thinks that Traianus is on stone here. At least he really wants to deny it, so maybe we're gonna see some towers play here. There's the barracks for Triados as well, and the Chinese might be thinking more in lines of archers or whatnot here. So we'll see how it progresses here. Each of the players in the field like now, no villagers lost, just Triados with that idle easy time for the Chinese. More avoidable this map given the fast fish income, but then again, when they're this close to the TCs, that's not making it easier for you. Range goes up. That should help to pump out some archers to stop the villagers from dropping more towers. Jar Jar Kings finally dropping the stable here, so the build was a bit off very early feudal age, but even the barracks wasn't ready in time. Could be because of the closeness of the two players here. Okay, where's he going on? Going to the stone, maybe? Or just another food source? Double ranges for the Chinese, a play seen with the Berbers in the previous two games as well. So they have faith in their archers even on land Nomad maps. Here comes a boar to boost the food income further for the Indians here. While Lael has 4 scouts out and a couple of spears and wants to hit the Mayans here. I mean, you usually don't see scout rushes that often against Mesozips, but of course on Bedouins here, with the opportunity for a ridiculous early uptime with the Indians, you go for it. Some scouts go to waste here though, and the Mayans player is going for double. They're both going double ranges? What's this? Let's see. No. Jar Jar Kings is going scouts, Mushroom is going archers. That's the way. Okay. So the combination here for both teams seems to be scouts, archers then. 30 villagers for the mines. Best eco development here. Probably a very low idle TC time, and you start with 1 extra villager with the mines. That kind of explains that tiny lead they have here. While Trianus has had even more idle TC time than the Chinese, but Jar Jar Kings as well. And let's try this mess of a base here. Jar Jar King's losing some builders now, and Lade is so close here with the scouts as well. He's gonna get some juicy hits in here now because there aren't any spearmen at the ready for Jar Jar Kings. There are 4 spearmen for Mushroom block here, but now finally Lade is getting amazing value from the scouts, and he keeps making them as well. Extended scouts, attack upgrade is in. Lade is on gold, so he could even get bloodlines. But with that +1 attack is going to win somewhat easily over Jar Jar Kings here, who doesn't have any upgrades. Not yet, anyway. 6 scouts to 2. With... yeah, to get team up with the Trialis here as well, who has a solid chunk of archers, but no upgrades yet for the archers. Defensive tower for Jar Jar Kings here, but it doesn't look too pretty for Jar Jar Kings here. Being significantly weakened here with 9 builders down now. Lay losing some numbers as well, but still committing to that feudal age with 5 scouts and now 13 archers for Trianus, and they'll go to hit Mushroom block now, because Spearmen aren't a threat anymore now that you have archers from your Chinese teammates who help you out, and Fletching just about to kick in as well. But they should stay together, just in case the Mines here goes for skirmishers, or simply if the Mines player also has a significant comparable archer mass to Triadus, you just send the red scouts in between and deal with them. But okay, this explains the situation. Mushroom block has been hitting Lail on the other side here as well, but not getting a single villager kill yet. I think Lail might still have the stone for a defensive tower if needed as well, but he really wants to preserve that stone so he can drop 2 more town centers whenever the Castle Age kicks in. Because the Indians have such a strong boom as well. And market is going up. Villager lead of 6 villagers now for Death in Fire. But in effect, not that large since Mayans have Wheelbarrow here as well. And that accounts for 3 villagers, so only a couple of villagers lead here effectively for Death in Fire. Now gathering up here though, and they'll be diminishing the army numbers of Mushroom Block here. Scores very close, so this is an even game so far. That blinking means you're being attacked, but there's also just that one tower hitting the TC mainly. Yeah, there's archers here as well, but Jar Jar Kings potentially struggling the most here. Good engagement, cleaning up the archers' numbers on the mines before Caslate kicks in here. I think long-term Mushroom Block wants to go into the plumed archers here, but no stone collection just yet. So archers are just fine as well. They are cheaper for the mines, starting in the feudal age, 10%, 20% in the cast age, and even 30% cheaper in the imperial age. So mines have an easier time massing their archers numbers anyway. So Jar Jar King's committing to more scouts here now rather than aim for that cast age, but maybe it's a result of losing these villagers early on, wanting to focus on resources to get going. 2-2-2 Manual Wood now, and also taking a solid hit here by the looks of it, as Trajanus tries to stonewall off this side, but won't be allowed to just yet. The spearmen are here to chase the scouts away though, and Trajanus might be able to get some full walls up here eventually to, yeah, assume this left side corner. Still his teammate is getting a massive pre-boom to the right hand side after Mushroom Block sent the archers over, but got cleaned up by the collective effort of Death in Fire. Good team coordination here with the numbers. The scouts all alone for Jar Jar Kings here, even with the upgrades. We have Lael here with... Well, whatever happened to those scouts? He does have bloodlines, and it's gonna go. Is it gonna go into the camels then, or is it gonna go into the cavalry archers? I think for Indians here, cavalry archers make more sense since the Lions player will be making archers anyway. But yeah, it's gonna be the camels. Okay. $2,300 something score to 2,100. And now, as said, never going for that defensive tower, just dropping a town center immediately in the cast stage, and we'll probably drop another as well to secure more resources eventually. 0 villagers lost for the Mayans as well though, so that's good, and then cast stage on the way with 40 villagers for Jar Jar King, so somehow TDG still has an equal lead here. And the army is currently on the field is kind of comparable as well, but Trajanus is here with feudal age archers, just reached the cast stage, getting crossbow Botkin now, and will really need to run away to salvage the numbers for the crossbow upgrade here. So, all things considered, Trajanus is getting great trades here. 20 crossbows for the Mayans, 10 for the Chinese, but all in all, it's still, I mean, even things out here, the military numbers are being even out. TDG with a 7 villager lead here, but Jar Jar King's not in the prettiest position to extend into a boom here. You see Mushroom Block with the town center down south here. And Trajanus in the corner as well, but Trajanus is kind of sandwiched in between these two players, so if Jar Jar Kings can stabilize them, get an economy and a strong military running here. It could be awkward for the Chinese and Indians for Death in Fire to work together here. It's not often you see camels in play against against Mayans. Because crossbows will just shred the casting camel. Even if Indians get extra pierce armor on the camels, they are not a substitute for knights in the fights against archers. Ooh, sneaky. 11 villagers down for Jar Jar Kings. I actually like that light cab here for Jar Jar Kings. It's I mean, you could use camels, of course. They have extra pierce armor as well, but the light cav, yeah. You need much larger masses, but it did manage to some hits in on the cosmos here. Lail is back with the camels here. 10 camels, and currently it's only mushroom block with armies on the field now. I think we need... Oh, this could be stopped as well. That's a dangerous TC for Jar Jar Kings, but it's going up. 3k to 2k score over here. Indians camels have a bonus against buildings as well, but you need more than this to take out the TC. Yeah. Deleting the house for evacuation here. Adding a siege workshop as well to easier deal with the Chinese masses here. I mean, with the Indians set back this massive, they almost feel like Chinese could add knights here as well now to more easily fight against the Mayans and everything. Camels are just not gonna cut it, but if you have a proper mass of crossbows, that's gonna help as well, of course. See, Death in Fire with more consistent, higher army numbers here. 4 rangers producing for Trajanus and 2 stables producing camels for Lail, so the army situation here might very well escalate for Death in Fire. See, there's some green movement over here, so this is where all the Mayans crossbows are at, and they're obstructing Lail's gold eco specifically here. Don't seem to care much for TC Fire, so this is kind of throwing archers out the window, but trading for some villagers' lives at the very least. Lail, 12 villagers lost, 13. And Trianos every time has such a long walk to Lail's side to help out here, but now 22 crossbows against the remaining 12 of the mines, kind of split up here as well. That's gonna be a cleanup. And crossbow number is completely even here, but Death in Fire with much more camels than the other Indians player here. I think the main issue here now is that they're not dealing enough damage to the Mayans player. Two more TCs for the Mayans here going into Giga Boom and more ranges into an Imperial Age and Arbalest maybe. So yeah, Mushroom block, maybe too much into boom mode here, assuming some presence down south, but now struggling for army numbers, struggling for crossbow numbers. Trianos with 32 crossbows here, Lael with camels numbers. Gonna focus down the siege here and take out some of the ranges to produce numbers for TDG as well. 13 crossbows only. TDG's main issue here is going to be the lack of army numbers against Death and Fire. 20 to 45, they have slightly stronger economy even with Jar Jar King's forced to relocate to the north here, but just the way Death and Fire communicate here on the teams, they always staying close together helps out a lot. You'll have camels at the ready to snipe defensive mangonels so that Trianus crossbow mass stays up here. There's consistent production now from both, but Chinese with twice the crossbows and similar production to the Mayans here means that Death and Fire are in a better spot, at least army-wise here. Yeah, another Mangonel going to waste there for Mushroom Black, but now Trianus. Okay, never mind. Just a few camels there. I guess Lael considers them expendable. Again, the Mayans player forward here, but this group isn't really threatening enough, I think. And given that there are so little cavalry from Jar Jar Kings on the field, I think Lael could get by with Mangonel defense here against these small groups as well. And town centers, of course, that are already up here, 5 of them to provide cover for the villagers. The camels come here to clean up these crossbows though. Well, Trianus is just pounding away at houses for the time being. Could actually use the range of the crossbows to take out the TC, I think. No, the range might be, yeah, 6 range to 5 plus 2. Yeah, I think they could. So, first castle of the game at 40 minutes, 41 minutes this game. I guess that's gonna stay uncontested and get up, and if Mushroom Block can get to a critical mass of Plumed Archers, that's gonna be scary for Death Empire here. Very similar equals here. Death Empire with 5 times the RV almost of the opponents now, though, so they seem to have this one in the pocket. Depending on when and how they transition into the Imperial Age, Trianus just about to get there, so he'll have a ridiculous mass of crossbows to become Arbalest if he doesn't lose to a massive Mangadon shot or something here soon. Let's just see if they've spotted Jar Jar King's progression to the north. No. Oh, the timing! This castle will not be delayed because there are crossbows here to snipe the camels, but yeah, it could have been significantly delayed there at the cost of some villagers' deaths, but just passing by the looks of it. And again with 10 camels trying to take out TCR. Chinese castle going up as well. And yeah, Trianus just keeping the numbers now to preferably going to keep the numbers until Imperial Age here and then get Arbalest and Bracer. See the upgrades here. Not similar. More attack for Lael. I'm surprised Lael is losing this one. This is probably because of the TC fire. But that means more idle time for Jar Jar Kings as well with yeah, the least efficient workers currently. Poor town center has been under attack the whole game here from that tower. Trianus establishes some presence in the corner here. Eagles is smart, good against camels and crossbow. Ooh, good point actually. I've never seen. I don't think I've ever seen eagles against Imperial camels, so but that could be an interesting one. Eldorado and infantry defense here for mushroom. The barracks are up. The barracks are up, and yeah, it's been seen by the Empire here. But what do they do though? I guess Chinese have more than sufficient champions, but you need to get there in that case. And now there are armless masses, which could be dealt with if you get that eagle spam rolling. Yeah, 7. What's that? Yeah, 7 barracks just pumping out lots of eagles now. I think Traianus with this castle and the way it's walled here is kind of okay against the raids, but then on the other late side it's very open and everything could get just focused down big time here now on their side. Eagles, it shouldn't come as a surprise though. they've scouted the barracks and now they're paying the price for it, but let's see how TDG handle this. Now that they have the eagle switch in. This trap is extremely unprotected and is just begging to be eaten by eagles here. 36 eagles in the queue, or is that the current number? That's production, maybe 9 in production, 36 in the queue, yeah. 42 eagles. It's so easy to get to numbers. Stupid unit, only costing gold and a little bit of food. And then you mass it just like that. Eldorado is in, they are only missing the attack upgrades now, so... hit and run with the Arbalest here, it's... yeah, I could pull back towards the castle and maybe, but now... if Traianus still wants to play the Arbalest here, it needs to replenish numbers ASAP here. It's going to lose a lot of the archers Arbalest combo now. Taking a choke point here, that helps out, and there's castle fire behind as well. Well, Chinese could go Cavalier here against the Elite Eagles, I guess, and they could go for the Champions line as well, but there's no sign of a switch here. Traianus is going to stay with the Arbs despite the Eagles' numbers here, and the fact that the Mines Eco is able to easily support it currently with 39 on food and 30 on gold. $37 Arbalest. And more eagles just flooding in. Just as long as you have gold and a little bit of food, you could just keep pumping them out here once you have the upgrades. +4 pierce armor for the eagles. No eagles raiding the Indians though, and that could be a bit of a setback here with all the players. Well, not Georgia Kings actually. Georgia Kings not in Imperial Age yet, but we're getting Hussar raids from Lael here, and they are cheaper to mass at the very least than the eagles. So if you can get good enough raids in here on the mines, maybe especially on the food and gold sources, that's could be a switch. Yeah, blue can go champs. That's true. Chinese have a full tech tree, but that takes time. That takes a long time to take into that. It's cheaper for Chinese, that's true. And this shouldn't be a surprise either. They scouted these barracks a while ago, so a bit unfortunate for Death and Fire that they are so insistent upon the Arbalests here. One doesn't seem to take into champion. No, one needs gold and food and patience to do so. And Traianus is cramped for space as well. It's been in this corner the entire game, so that's not really working into Traianus' favor. Lael tried to scramble up a defensive castle here, but with eagles in the mix here, that's not going to happen easily. Heavy camel against eagles. Let's go. I think eagles have a hidden bonus against cavalry or something. But yeah, they don't have the numbers here though. That's a good cleanup by Lael. What's the eco situation though in terms of gold? Yeah, Mushroom is running low on gold. So if they can hold off, if Death Fire can hold off the Eagles for long enough, they should be okay here. And the Hussar raids are really, really, really setting Jar Jar Kings back here. They have, there's 44 villagers and no military whatsoever for Jar Jar Kings. Trying for the Cav to switch, but... True to run the Eagles away, yeah. Banking as well. Is Sling on the menu here now? I mean, the fact that Mushroom Block stood here with the Eagles for so long already could have given the Chinese time to go into the Champions deck, actually. Chukonu, not half bad either, actually. If you get to Elite Chukonu, they are surprisingly good against Eagles. Hussar raids are doing work as well, diminishing the Mayans eco now as well. No Eagles in production, no Cavalry Archers in production, no Pikes in production anymore right now anyway. TDG are struggling. Let's see their ecos again here. Getting low, running low even for the Mayans here. While Traianus is still at the very least floating lots of wood here and raiding literally everywhere. So I have to say, good late game play here. 34 Eagles still on the field. But by the looks of it, not going to be enough for TDG to take the game here. They're most of all struggling for resources here. But found some gold somewhere here, the green player. Okay, my mining camp hotkey doesn't work for capture H, but... Eagles should win that one. But the Hussars are eating Thesis and Traianus with a couple of random trebs out here as well. Looking at the woods count for Mushroom Block right now, well, there's 45 lumberjacks, so that shouldn't be an issue, but right now it looks like he won't be able to rebuild a lot of barracks if you take out the production capabilities here. 79-56, massive eco lead for Death in Fire now, the massive military lead as well, but that is mainly Hussars. No Hussars appear to deny this, actually. But they've seen the movement, so maybe they will address it now. Score lead of 1,500 maybe. KD is of significant here. Look at all these eco kills, eco losses for Jar Jar Kings. Tough game for the TL player here from the very beginning. Looks like the focus here for Death and Fire is mainly to keep TL out of the game. Completely out of the game, so as not to fall subject to the Hussar raids. And Mayans have very limited late game trash options, raid options, if they don't get to collect gold and produce eagles. So I think the trebs down here got focused down by eagles. Nah, they're here. My friend's game is lagging pretty hard. Yeah, it tends to happen in the late game. Yeah, the castles will be going down low. Mix of Arbalest and Chukonu here. Definitely fire with 5 times the number of DDG now. The eagle numbers again increasing here, but I don't think it's going to be enough other than to snipe the trebs here. TDG are just losing too much. Eco here, not chemistry. That's oh, it's for the cavalry archers maybe, or castles for that matter. Even the Mayans' eco is almost non-existent now. The expansion to the north just being held at bay by one. Oh, sorry. Dismounted Kipchaks, what do you mean? Don't understand these code words. Probably been in the Chukonu, and yeah, they are doing decent work, but there aren't. Yeah, the 31 of them. Are they elite? Yeah, they're even elite. GG well played is called. The game goes to Death in Fire. What's this? Let me see. Yeah, the order potentially messed up here, but Death in Fire is home. Yeah, that's correct. So Death in Fire takes the win. This panel shows game efficient, effective APM and the peak and lowest numbers, I think, and then floating resources, worker efficiency, all-time low, all-time high, I think, and the unit you created the most also. 219 Hussars total, 172 Eagles total. And I'll see the statistics here, and you could also see the separate graphs here for military and economy, and see that Teal was unfortunately never able to mass up any significant military here overall, while the others were making huge numbers. We saw raids kicking in just about at the end here, and yeah. Go browse through the stats here, go to classic and see the Ecostats, fantastic boon for late Larry, and it wasn't exactly left alone though, got hit by the mines multiple times. Mushroom Block was better at hitting Lane's economy than Lane and Trianus were at hitting Mushroom Block, relatively speaking. But in the end, of course, they got the better end of the deal with the Indians' Hussars and Camels and whatnot. 15 builders up for Jar Jar Kings. That's a pretty sick one for a Nomad start. And they all reached a good villager high, but Jar Jar Kings lost so many villagers. And then finally the APM chart, which is kind of fun to show here, showing some micro flashiness, but they seem to be fairly even in effective game APM here. With some spikes maybe dropping the barracks for the Eagles there or something. Some big spikes here and there. But that ends the second cast of this evening.